Welcome, welcome. Get ready for another episode of QCTV. I'm here with Grace Home, and we're going to be in an after party today. That's all after today's QCTV, which starts in a moment. Thank you. Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. And welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to be here today with my guest, who is an energy healer, and she is going to activate your divine blueprint for health and joy. Or we're going to get a little taste of that in mini sessions today. Let's welcome energy healer Grace Home back to Quantum Conversations.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hello. Grace, it's so good to be with you. Let's catch up. These energies of the end of 2019 and 2020 are upon us. And oh boy, are we feeling it?
Yeah, we're in the middle of that 12, 12, 12 energy portal, and it sure is quite the ride. So I know that some of you who are listening, you may suddenly feel like there's just so much that's hurting you or you're in pain. It's all the old stuff, old densities that are wanting to leave you so that you can function with more ease in the 5D reality. So if that's you, I'm going to tune into you and start with that. So everywhere where we're in pain, believe it or not, pain is holding space for you to remember who you are. So I work a lot with people on joint pain and back pain and all that because those are all the places where we make choices in life. And wherever you have made choices in life that are against you rather than for you, I know that sometimes it can't be helped, right? That we put ourselves wherever and put other people's needs first, and it can't be helped sometimes. And I appreciate that about all the thoughtful and empathic people we have here, where you are concerned about other people's feelings, so you put aside yourself and you start by default making choices that are in alignment with other people need and want from you, but a little out of alignment with yourself. So let's start there where we're out of alignment, where you feel shoulder pain, back pain. So I'm especially feeling something on right shoulders, right, where we just carry the burden of the world on our shoulders. Let's release all that is not you. For everyone on the call, and then for the left shoulders that I'm feeling, left shoulder pain tends to be more personal from all the people I work with. So it's deep betrayals from people who are closest to you. And I'm just going to release that for you right now. And in between your shoulder blades, all the hurt. So when we release everything that is not us, it gives us a chance to really know who we are as divine beings, as sovereign beings. And I think it's really interesting that the latest research just a couple months ago from Columbia University, this research released that says our bones, our bones is what reacts to the fight or flight response, and our bones contain a really important hormone that controls metabolism, brain development, and so much, which makes sense, right? Because as we're growing, it's your bones that are growing and responding. And during the fight or flight response, it's your legs that are running and moving. So sound penetrates lots of things, including our bones. So if you grew up in a family with lots of yelling and screaming and other interesting dynamics, you're going to release that from your bones so that you can reset the right amount of osteocalcin. That's the hormone in your bones responsible for growth and bone density. And so now we can see that the loss in bone density isn't about menopause or aging. It's that as women get older and older, we accumulate so much stuff that's not us that erodes our self-confidence and erodes our bones. So we're gonna tune into all that for you guys who are dealing with, well, it's actually not just women, it's men too, right? Men who are dealing with depression also deal with having uh, bone density issues. For those of you who have long-term depression, it affects your bone density. So I'm gonna tune into your bones and release everything that is not you. So your whole skeletal system and your facial bones and jaws, for those of you who may have a TMJ, let's release all that stuff. And teeth. And if you've been having gum issues, and this is what I learned from a dentist, that when the teeth start losing bone, then you start having gum tissue because food and stuff gets into the pockets because there's nothing for the gums to attach to when you're losing bone. And so we can tune into all your bones, all your teeth, and start releasing all the issues they hold on to for you. And every teeth, as you know, is related to a different meridian, which is in a different archetypal energy. And it shows you where you have not been able to stand behind your own choices. So I'm going to begin with the molars because many people have molars. That's the heart meridian energy. And release all that. And then also the lung and lung meridian energy with all the teeth in the back and all the back issues, like issues that we repress. So there's a lot of family issues that go on. And when we release those, then your teeth and bone can heal because everything is seeking to always remember the divine blueprint of who you are. So all we need to do is release all the stuff we picked up on in life that creates repression or pain. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm always yawning.
So as you're doing your work here, and we would love to hear from our audience on what they're feeling and experiencing, share with us what you're doing. You're using your intuition and feeling into the group. And what's amazing is I have a very dear friend who's dealing with TMJ. So you just nailed that one. Amazing.
Yeah, so I just tune into and ask for guidance to work through me that supports anyone and everyone on this call. And yeah, I am feeling the TMJ was so that person, your energy that you send out, you're being heard and seen, even though I don't see you, but your energy is being heard and seen and worked on. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's how this 5D thing works, that it's about allowing ourselves to know and to tune in from that space of heart that's really expansive. And then I always just ask to be able to tune into what's the highest and best, and then play in that space of our divine blueprint because that space of us transcends time and space. So that no matter where you are in the world, I can work with you. And because it's a high vibration space, only that which is in alignment with what your higher self knows is true for you will work. So anything that is not in alignment with you will not work. And that means it doesn't matter whether I know your issues or not. It only matters that you know. And it doesn't matter if I word it in a way that feels right or wrong. It only matters that your energy knows. And so it doesn't even matter if we use the same language, right? So you don't even have to uh, get me in language because I know there's people watching in Europe. I have people who watch from other parts of the world and they are able to receive even though they may not speak English or whatever. Because there's people who bring their pets in the sessions too, and I
Yeah.
certainly can't speak like a dog, but they receive it and they yawn too. That's the funniest thing that dogs and cats yawn and stretch out and feel relaxed in this energy. And they're the ones that I trust, right? Because I like people, they can tell you anything. But dogs and
Um,
cats, oh my God, you gotta really earn it and know.
I love that. I really do. You are going to do many healings. You're offering many healings,
Mhm.
and you're still going to feel into the group as we talk here.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
those who have questions, specific questions for Grace, we have a Q&A box on our webpage at acoustichealth.com, and you can ask your question there. Of course, if you're joining us on YouTube, you can use the chat line and ask a question. What is the best way for people to ask you questions? Do they have to state an issue, a health issue, or joy, or just simply give their name?
Yeah, actually, they can ask in any way you want. Like, you can state your problem. That's probably the easiest. Or you can be saying, I need to just experience more health, and then I'll be able to tune into possibly what the health issues are. So, whatever comfort level feels right for you, this energy will work on that because it has its own knowing, because your own connection with the 0 point field, there's an intelligence there that you're already attuned to that's just doing the work for you already. Yeah.
You know, it is being revealed by science that this energy work that you're doing, if we were able to measure it, we would see that it is scalar energy. It is a form of
Mhm.
scalar energy. And it
Oh,
knows, it is intelligent. It knows where to
mhm.
go, right? And that's what you're working with.
Yes, yeah, and that's really like I just learned to trust myself because I work with so many people and they always, thank God, they always give me nice confirmations of what they're feeling. And I love all the intuitive and empathic people that's part of your wonderful audience because they just know. I mean, they're high vibration people who are so tuned in that it just exponentializes what is possible because we are co-creating this morphic field together, and the contributions of all the people who are so exquisitely attuned to this energy just amplifies and exponentializes this morphic field so much that sometimes you just have to be in it to receive the healing, and we can't always put things in words. That's what I'm realizing. So I know that I call this activating your divine blueprint. I don't know what else to call it because it feels like it's something that some higher being put in place, that I didn't create. The divine blueprint is something that's already created between you and the universe that's eternal. And any one of us can tap into that energy. And when you're in it, you just know it however it feels to your body. And you can just ask this field of energy to reset your whole body to health. And sometimes things started working, and the old stuff that needs to be released, they will come off your energy field because it's no longer in vibrational resonance with who you really are. Yeah, so some of you can command all this to work for you, and some of you can just allow it and some of you are already feeling it. And I know that in everyday language, there isn't always the word to express what's possible because we're also used to health and mental health being something that we learn in school, which is so different, where you have to have a diagnose and then certain procedures and medications and then a certain outcome and then there's certain tests you go through to verify this thing. But in the 5D reality, you just be, right? And that's all. And it just takes a lot to explain that, but really it's not. It's so much simpler, and we don't have to make things complex at all, right? Because your being, that energy, is what changes not only you, but what contributes to energy around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And so that's good words to the wise as we move and anchor in the 5D and try to hold it. It really is just feeling this light and asking for the light. I love it. Do you feel that it has changed, as you said, since the 1212 gateway and the 1111 and 1111 most recently?
Oh my God, yeah. Things are changing so fast that I am able to do things that in the past I never even thought about.
Okay, like downloads then, or
Yeah, like the
breakthroughs,
amount.
personal breakthroughs.
Yeah, I have so many personal breakthroughs just in the last couple days. The sessions I have with people in the last couple days, where I feel like, on a call, sometimes we do mini healings for like 3, 4 minutes when I feel like, oh my God, there's a lot of things I need to do. And now I can download a whole session and package it and ask them to tune into this visual, and then they receive the whole session in that 5 minutes in their own way without needing to unpack what went on in your life, what violations happened, didn't happen, what year did it happen. The old way that I used to track information, I don't need to be the one to track any of that anymore. I guess that was my mind. My mind goes a little crazy with information, and I used to love being able to track this and that, but I don't need to do that anymore.
Interesting. Yes, I know it's just been a big upgrade all year long. It began in January of this year. We're
Mhm.
already towards the end of December. And that has been really interesting. And I know checking in with people, things just shift so quickly. And it's like the operating system is this joy that you're activating, this light, activating it for light. And so it's really vital that you get this work out there. We thank you so much for it. You are a trailblazer with it. And it's wonderful how it's assisting people through these shifts. And, whether people know it or not, they're shifting too on great, great levels. So that's why we always say, hold your vision of new earth. Always hold that. Okay, Grace, we have some questions coming in. So I'm going to ask some questions for you. Um, and since we are connected, we are all one. I know that when we gather in this space, even if it's the recording that people are listening to, the common threads that we have, one person's healing is another person's healing. And so as you work with individuals, anyone can tap into this and direct the light towards any issues that they have. So let's go ahead and get some comments here. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, Shama. Shama would like to ask you, Grace, to check on her divine blueprint if there is some necessary guidance that she may need to have to focus on, a little bit of a nudge in a direction her soul needs to be in service of humanity, service to humanity. That's a common question. So,
Oh, yeah, Shama. Well, I think you are already so in alignment, and it's just a matter of allowing yourself to be the wonderful influence that you are. And in fact, no matter where you go, you already have a big sphere of influence because your energy goes beyond just, your job or whatever. So it's like no matter what job anyone holds, it's not what you get paid for, that's who you are. Who you are is so much bigger. And Sharma, I can feel that your energy, you are such a beautiful person, and you have a way of holding vision for other people too. And that is just so beautiful. And sometimes you don't appreciate what this really means, right? Because I know that in physics, this is principle that the observer effect of what you observe changes. So when you're someone who's a vision holder for someone and be able to see so much more in them, that you're willing and able to see that changes their energy field and changes what they're able to receive. And it's like, wow, what a way to change personal perception in a really vital way. So, Shama, I say, keep going. You're doing beautiful. And I think just a little bit of acknowledgement about the power that you are, and it's such a gentle but powerful way to help increase or expand personal perception, right? It goes beyond just changing your beliefs and be confident. It changes a person's whole world because it changes their energy, what they're able to perceive expands so much because you're willing and able to be that vision holder for them. Yeah, and I feel that expansion in you too now. Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, that energy around you just expands because it feels like you've been waiting to be seen on this level, this acknowledgement. And when we acknowledge the gift that we are, it just allows everyone around us to also acknowledge that about them. And this thing about being a vision holder that you do so incredibly well, Shama, yeah, no, that's unlocking a lot of universes for many people as we speak. And this beautiful energy that you are, whether you're teaching in the classroom and doing this for your students or coaching or working uh, in any capacity that you are interacting with people, you are being this beautiful vision holder in the world. I mean, how wonderful is that, right? Yeah. So I say, yeah, I hope you feel seen and heard on this level because you're already operating exquisitely in such a powerful way in the world. So thank you, Shama, for being you, and thank you for your question.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Yes, Shama, let us know in the comments there. Always good to hear from you. Thank you. Well, you did it, Grace. You pegged Linda's bone loss in her gums. Yes. So she says, thank you. That was great. We have a question. I don't have a name. This person says, I love you and your work, Grace. What are the reasons behind my heart issues? Is this past life or present life issues? Do not know how to help myself until I know.
Okay, so you always know your heart issues. Okay, so let me just tune into you and see what's going on with your heart and heart issues. And I'm going to go back to when you start betraying your own heart, right? Because that's the hardest thing to see is when you betray your own heart. But you have to betray your own heart at some point in your life in order to be saved. So this is not about blaming you. So everything that had to do with you betraying your own heart early in your life for someone else's sake. And I just feel this energy around 3 and everything that happened in the pre-verbal stage of your life. We're going to clear that. And I'm going to download this entire session for you that I would like to do for you, but I'm going to give it to you differently so that you can unpack in the privacy of your own home all the different issues. And I see a white Tara and a white Kuan Yin around this. So if you tune into just a white orchid that I'm going to imprint right now, all the healing from Kuan Yin and from the white Tara, it would help you release all the old hurts and restore your heart to a place of joy, boundless, infinite joy. Okay, so you're going to receive this whole session, and it's going to be like about 5, 6 hours where they will be doing work for you. Okay, and I feel your heart connected to that already. So that's great. Thank you. Thank you for being you. And thank you for allowing me to do things this way that just happened a few days ago.
Yes, amazing. All right, the latest with Grace. Awesome. So, all right, there's a couple people. Do you have insight for persistent back pain? That's from Annie.
Oh, persistent back pain. Yeah, I work on people's backs and this thing I created called spinal energetics, but I'm happy to work on your back. So the persistent back pain, it's almost always, here we go, and I'm seeing that in your lower back. So all the choices you make that really compromise your personal power. And and I feel this in family and your job. So let's see, what would it take for you to be in a place and space where who you are is totally allowed to fully be you? And I'm going to release all the patterns that create you to compromise and choose against you. And I know all those choices sometimes can't be helped because we are stuck in jobs that are hard. And isn't it awful that like CEOs are people who have high level of psychopathy and sociopathy? It's like you're supposed to complain about them. And you're not supposed to fit in with them. So good for you for not fitting in with them. But that means we have to take on a lot of pain that's not even our own, right? So let's clear that and have you be able to see your true power. And so the amount of personal agency that you have to compromise, let's release that because that's not real, right? Because we've been taught that we need a boss or we need someone to give us permission to do things. I mean, in the workplace, it's very much like that. You need to go through this department, this, and that. And whoever holds the money has the power, that sort of a thing. And that is so old 3D dynamic that hurts a lot of people. So let's release that from so many of us. And then as more and more of us release that, so I feel it in people's eyes and eye problems too, because it compromises your perception, right? And there's a lot of perceptual distortions that you have to buy into to function in your workplace or family or society. Imagine working in the White House now. Oh, so all the perceptual distortions that compromise who you are, I'm going to release that for everyone. And yeah, lower back pain does affect your vision as well. So let's clear all those patterns for everyone. Oh, So vision, right? There's two pathways. I'm going to clear pathway one and pathway two and reactivate it so that it's in alignment with the divine blueprint of your visual pathways. Oh, pathway two is in the back of the head. So, oh, and your spine supports that. So let me just clear all that perceptual distortions throughout your spine and back. Oh, and as I am working on thoracic spinous process nine, feeling a lot of stuff there that we need to release. So T9, 10, 11, 12, and then your sacrum, lumbar spine and sacrum and tailbone. And then for all the ladies and all the men, so I'm going to open up the release lots of stuff from the pelvic and pelvis area. So it's like all the issues with patriarchal culture that controls us, our power, our sexuality. Okay. So I went all over the place for that question and back pain, but anyway, I hope that was helpful.
Yes, thank you so much. There was Mila who also is experiencing lower back pain. So, Mila, hopefully you felt that too. And there's a question that I hope that we said yes or we talked about this, that the healing that you did for the heart, that's for anyone who wants to tap into it, right?
Yes, and it will be calibrated to your energy in a way that fits your issues.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So, what do you think is another common question? We've got more questions we're going to get to, but I think the most common one that I see on our chat line is the wealth code or the abundance code. Can you activate the divine blueprint for abundance and wealth?
Yeah. So what I have been tuning into, especially in the last 3 to 6 months, is this: that the energy of money itself wants to be transformed because money itself was being used for centuries to control and do bad things. But the energy of money itself would like to be in the hands of loving, kind people because it wants to be of service and not be enslaved. Because when it's in the hands of people who do control and who do drugs, it's being enslaved. So money itself wants to be free. So are you willing to be the powerful being that you are with money and allow money itself to change hands so that the energy of money is a kindness? Because kindness is an energy that it wants to be. It's like things that are solid and in the dark, they want to be in the light, and that includes the energy of money. It wants to play in the light, it wants to be playful, it wants to be useful and not being used and abused, which it has been for centuries, right? So so everything that's going on in the world, our system breaking down, Lehman Brothers, bankrupt. I mean, that change of hands has been going on for a while, but now it's in that space where it's so much easier for almost anyone who's willing to access and have that money. So, yeah, so now let's just change that. Allow money itself to be changed through you, through how you will choose to use it. And so that makes all of you like the real alchemist with money. And you can transform what you consider lack into abundance or total ease just by bringing love, loving energy to it. I know that sounds so woo-woo and crazy, but really, you're willing to bring love to money so that it can change, and love having money so that it feels safe with you, because that's what money itself wants, because it expands your reality. And love itself expands your reality, and money itself wants to play in that field as well to be part of an expansion rather than, the old way. So change that for you so you can receive. And that means all the karmic cycles we all have with the 3D reality of money. Let's let all those karmic cycles with the 3D reality of money, with banks, with all that come to total completion now in the light. So let everything that is seeking completion with the old paradigm, let it be complete in the light now. And any subconscious pattern, any hidden loyalties to the old paradigm that keeps you going back there, let's release all those hidden loyalties now. And then the old fear about having money, that was to control you, right? So that you won't want money. So that control paradigm with money, let's release all those old fears that are not true. And then you have to work harder and work harder to have money. Oh my gosh. I remember the hardest jobs I worked paid the least. And I was in those jobs for a long time. And I realized I will never get ahead working harder. I would only get more hours. So that old paradigm of enslavement with money, right? So let's shift that so that it's expansion with money instead of being enslaved. And for some of you, I totally feel this energy locked up in one of your hips. So someone with left hip pain and tailbone pain, tailbone. Yeah, so that tailbone, like 3 of you have broken tailbones. And that was you desperately wanting to break away from those old paradigms that literally were bone breaking for you, whether it was your job or career, relationship, or all the above. So let's bring healing to those tailbones. And you have to know how powerful your being is to create that, to help remind you of your personal power. Yeah, so shift that and realign your energy with that of the divine being that is you. And the energy of the universe is infinite. So when you are aligned with that energy, the wealth is infinite. So is it easy for you to align with that now, everybody? Let's see. Oh. And it doesn't matter how many limiting beliefs you have, those get canceled out when you align with this new energy, because you have a longing to align with this new energy. Otherwise, your body will not give you the pain to remind you of where you are out of alignment with yourself. And then for the person that's asking for a stronger backbone, um, a part of that comes from like a warrior culture, where you have to be strong, be a warrior. But what if your gentleness is the most beautiful backbone in the world? Because it invites people to let go of the armoring we do in this reality, right? It's the armoring that gets us through the day. It's the armoring that creates the issues. It's the armoring that keeps people from knowing what's going on with your own heart, to the point where Monday mornings at 9 a.m., we have the most heart attacks. Like, so what if your gentleness, what you think, wherever you think you need a stronger backbone, I think that's where you are really strong, to be gentle and loving and kind, because that energy is more healing than the armoring that creates people to be so disconnected from who they are that it takes a heart attack to wake them up. So, yeah, so what will it take for you to own that your gentleness is actually a stronger backbone than the toughness we're expected to be, right? Yeah. So good for you for being loving and gentle and kind. And that is the most beautiful backbone, actually, because it's flexible. You want your spine to be flexible and have movement. Flexibility and balance is a strength. Yeah. So that person, I hope I answer your questions. I don't know that you actually asked that in the chat box, but I heard it anyway.
Yes, someone did. The left hip. Absolutely. And
Oh, really?
also, yeah, really. Let's see. Who was that? I can go find that. There's a lot coming in. But yes, there was, let's see, who had that? Oh, wish I could find it really clear. Yes, it was Alejandra.
Okay.
Alejandra wanted help understanding and clearing left hip issues. And I actually had a tailbone issue from a childhood experience. So it's very interesting that you picked up on that. And Marcy is saying she can't put her finger on it, but something's shifting, something's happening in this call. It's
Awesome.
amazing. Let's see again. So, for those who would like this, let's see about attracting a loving relationship. Pamela would like help from this for this.
Mm, okay. Sorry, excuse me.
Bless you.
Attracting a loving relationship. Okay. So first, let's clear all the old ways of doing relationships that no longer work for us, right? Because some of the old ways of doing relationships, whatever those old ways are in your life, and all the subconscious ways we duplicate how our parents do relationships. Let's release all that. And all the ways we do relationships from a space of needing. So that unhealed part of us, and that's not necessarily you, Pamela. So what I'm saying may or may not resonate with you, but I'm just uh, doing this healing so that it addresses the general issue of relationships for more people. So now, Pamela, for you, I'm connecting to you and the energy of the person or persons who would bring a sense of deep fulfillment and love to your life. And it just feels like you're almost there. And I'm seeing uh, a circle with 8. So I'm thinking maybe that person is already within 8-mile radius of you. Oh no, you may be meeting them in 8 days or 8 weeks. Well, that would be fun. What if we can make that happen? Yeah, what if you can meet somebody within 8 days? Here we go. Oh. Okay, call us back in 8 days. Something went through anyway. I feel that heat just something heated up anyway and went through. So, okay, Pamela, call us back in 8 days.
Yes, definitely let us know. Absolutely. Okay. Beautiful. Gretchen needs your help. She broke her wrist a few months ago and it didn't heal right. She says she's in much pain and has to have surgery. So some healing would be wonderful for Gretchen.
Okay, Gretchen, broken wrist. How long ago did you? I'm sorry, I didn't get how long ago, but like, yes.
Um, let's see. Um, a few months ago.
Okay, a few months ago. Well, and Gretchen, you already know this. A part of you does not want to go back to the same old work and stuff that you've been doing. And so you give yourself permission to really do what you love, then the wrist no longer needs to hold space to remind you that you really want to do what you love. And here we go. And all I'm doing, Gretchen, is realigning, helping your bones to remember their beautiful divine blueprint and helping you to remember what your heart truly wants for you. Oh, and now I see a beautiful blue energy all around you. So I sense that there's beautiful beings, your angels and guides who are already working with you because you have worked with them before. So there you go. Yeah, let us know what shifted. I definitely feel a change in color around you to this beautiful cobalt blue that is so nice and strong. Oh, okay. I yawn, so that's complete. That's so ridiculous, but that's how it is.
That's your knowing. That's your truth. And you know. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so Maria and Annie both have right side things. Maria wants you to tune into her right hip and
Yeah.
see what the issue is there. Annie also says rotator cuff and bicep tendons on the right side, tailbone. See, you worked on the tailbone, and the right knee, foot, and ankle. Can you do that, or you want to tackle those one by one?
Yeah, we'll do all those. Hold on. Yeah, because they seem to all be related and it's so related to not being able to be fully who you are in the world, right? And then everything holding you back. So the hips, oh, and knees. So all the underlying issues with hips and knees. So everything that's putting you off balance with your personal power. I know for some of you ladies, it can't be helped that you are having to put your own life on hold to take care of children and then take care of parents and grandparents and take care of everyone. Yeah. Oh, and that creates so much um, changes in your body because your personal space of power, you feel like you're not able to really make the choices. And I get it because it's a very hard place to have to take care of your children. And then just when you think that you're free to be you, then you have to take care of parents and grandparents and so many people. So, and for one of you, there's a betrayal at work that you know that someone's taking credit for your work, that you are putting so much in and not getting anything in return. And that's kind of a betrayal, that someone else takes credit, they get paid more than you do for the same amount of work. Well, that's really not of your, yeah, the right shoulder. It's a betrayal at work. And then that's everything that's going on that's creating that in your life. And there's a sense that you have to do what you have to do in order to stay in a relationship. And you have to do all the work in a relationship. Okay, so all the past lives you have with this person. And let all that incomplete stuff with this person be complete now. Yeah, there's still something else at the right shoulders. So all the subconscious issues that go into creating that. And all the guilt, right, for not doing more when you're already doing so much. So, what would it take for all of you to own your own voice, your own power, and your personal agency? Because you have the ability to create choices so much more than you know. And your body wouldn't be creating this pain to remind you of what you have chosen against yourself if you didn't already know a different option exists for you, right? So you know the option that exists for you and the amount of personal agency you give to yourself. Okay, you need to give yourself so much more credit. Here you go. So to own your personal agency and be okay with being that person who totally can exercise your own sense of what's right and wrong for you and your own way of choosing for you. Yeah, there's a lot here about choosing for yourself. So the idea that it's selfish, that it's not okay, that you don't have what it takes, all of that is not true. So all the lies you have to buy into to create that pain, let's release that. And it doesn't matter whose lies, where it came from, but everything that compromises your sense of self and your personal agency, that needs to go. That feels like it's clearing a lot of things in people's hips and shoulders. Okay. Okay. And what were you feeling with that?
Wow, that's really interesting. I think many of us are feeling this need to own our own power and our voice and to be able to speak in a loving and compassionate way. And oh my gosh, all of the shifting around that, even that money thing that you did earlier was really good. I think we're still absorbing that. Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's see. Dolores. Dolores is on our Zoom room, which I want to invite people to come into our Zoom after party where we gather on our Zoom in our membership and we just sit and talk with Grace here. So please join us for that. And then we're going to talk about a special offer that Grace has because these are programs that are encoded with her healing frequencies and you can use them in her life. Plus, she also does her own Zoom calls and she also does personal one-on-one sessions. All right, before we get to there, let's go to Dolores's question. Dolores would like to know what is happening with her female organs.
Okay, Dolores. Oh, I was just working on this today with someone. So, Dolores and all the ladies who have bought into this program that at a certain age, all these dysfunctions will happen to our bodies. It's because, and that we no longer need it because we're not going to have children, all that stuff. Let's take that off. That massive erroneous programming of our bodies. Oh. And of course, your female organs are here to really remind you of your personal power, right? So, all the compromises in your personal power, that means like all the lies we bought into from all cultures that say woman cannot do this, and that. And then all the um, criticism you would receive for being you, for being a woman that you are. So let's just release from our female organs all the energies that are no longer true. Oh. And then for everyone, so our fascia and also our second brain, our enteric nervous system, like our guts, hold so much cellular memory. And we're going to release that for everybody because so many of us have grown up with messages about our bodies that are just not true. So we're going to release that from our enteric nervous system, from female organs, from pelvis, pelvic area, all the lies we buy into, all the shaming of our bodies, and all the programming that says at a certain age, this will go wrong, that will go wrong, you will need to take this out, take that out. Oh, and there's nothing you need to take out except the lies we bought into that create issues with our bodies. Oh, okay, the Lord. So I hope I done some clearing for you, but I just see a session I need to download for you that's more personal to you. And if you connect with the energy of an orange hibiscus flower, so I'm gonna just program that in right now to do all the healing for your um, female organs. And whenever you feel called to, you can just tune into this energy of this hibiscus flower that's orange. And that's like a energetic password that unlocks this program for healing your female organs. And anyone else who would like to receive that, you're welcome to, so that anything that's private and personal to you, you get to take care of it personally without feeling like you have to have all your personal problems revealed publicly. But there you go. There you go. Yeah, I think you can receive that just fine, and everybody else, you guys can receive that just fine. That's great. Yeah. uh, Okay.
Wow. It feels really good, Grace. It feels just wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's really amazing how you're really working with the energy body and dissolving belief systems and past life cords and connections and distortions in our energy field. It's exquisite to watch you work. We are going to talk about ways that people can work with you and join us in our after party. But let's do one more healing before we get there. I do not have a name for this person. So if this person wants to give us a name, you're welcome to. All right. So I have been sick for a month with a virus, 1 month with a virus, not getting better. I'm on antibiotics now, not feeling good, exhausted, and pain in my chest.
Okay. Virus. Okay. So I'm going to release everything that weakens your sense of who you are, because I'm getting that it's your I am presence where you're not fully able to embody that. So I'm going to release all the lies you bought into that weaken you, right? So all the criticism you bought into that weakens you, and all the sadness around you that you have bought into because you're a very empathic person. And then there's a situation in your life where you feel like no matter what you do, you can't change it. And so that creates a lot of energy leaks. Whenever you feel like you can't do anything about something, that leaks a lot of energy out. And we're going to strengthen your I am presence, your thymus gland, which is such a powerful part of your immune system. So we align that with your divine blueprint. And so that part of you that remembers and knows who you are as an infinite being and embody that infinite potential. And then I'm going to strengthen your appendix because that creates and holds antibiotics whole body. So everything that's hurting you, and yeah. And I'm just releasing stuff from your enteric nervous system, right? So that's your guts and the bacteria that's not working for you, and replace it with the ones that work for you. And another way to do this is all the non-life enhancing energy we're going to release and replace it with life enhancing energy on all levels of your being. Oh. And as an infinite being, you totally can create more choices than you know. So, this no choice situation where you put yourself in, okay, let's shift that so that you have choice and you have personal agency in this area. And embody, so you can even say for yourself a couple times a day, I am a powerful, beautiful, infinite being, because you are. And just being able to say that activates that energy for you and strengthens your immune system. And then behind your chest, I'm going to release these old regrets about what you didn't do, what you couldn't do. We're going to release all that. Oh, because you made choices at a level of consciousness that was different, right? So what you think you miss out on, that was sometimes it just can't be helped. But we're going to release the regrets because you have the space and the time to create new choices. Oh. And then clearing the way for you to be in alignment with what inspires you. And you haven't allowed yourself to act on your inspiration. And I can even feel this in your back teeth as well. So here you go. Oh, oh. So let's see, virus. How much of it is still there? Oh. Okay, now I feel like the amount that is there, you can take care of yourself. So, oh, okay, hope that, yeah, good, great, okay.
Thank you. I know that was received in gratitude. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing energy that you transmitted today, dissolving and shifting distorted energy. So thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to show your special offer, a link to your special offer, and people can follow along if they'd like. So
Yeah.
share a little bit about this program. You've got 12 healing MP3s that actually work with the divine blueprint for health and joy. And we're excited to learn more about this.
Yes, yes, I was so excited to create this because it allows us to tap into the healthy energy of our body without needing to figure out all the problems. And so, healing track one is activate nervous system, divine blueprint. Well, as you all know, your nervous system controls just about every function in your body. And when it's in alignment with the divine blueprint of your nervous system, you'll be able to think better, have better memory, have more clarity, and you will also be able to sleep better, which is so critical for health. And then track two works on the digestive system so that you are able to receive the nutrients that really support you to have healthy body functions all around. And in the skeletal system is so critical to you being able to reset your metabolism, your development, your thinking, and so many things because it's just a couple months ago that we learned from research done at Columbia University that it's our bones, our whole skeletal system that responds to the fight or flight response, and that it also has a hormone. So now we know the skeletal system is a part of the endocrine system. And isn't it awesome that we're able to see the research that supports some of our intuitive knowings about that? So that's a really amazing thing to know. And that now you know you can release all the issues that hold you back when you work on your skeletal system. And the pulmonary system, oh my gosh. So this is not just about improving your mood and having more joy. And in Chinese medicine, the lungs, the lung meridian is so about inspiration. So when this part of you is healed, you allow yourself to receive and do what inspires you. And then the cardiovascular system, your heart health. And again, this is so much about the gateway to your own joy that you are opening up. And joy just enhances what you are able to create in your life, whether it's more money, fulfilling life, fulfilling relationships. It all just goes together. And healing track 6 is about your endocrine system. So all your hormones, and there isn't any function in your body that isn't related to a certain hormone. So your entire well-being will be improved by listening to Healing Track 6. And 7, immune system and lymphatic system. eh, This really goes to strengthen not only your immune system, but your spiritual immune system is your thymus gland, your I am presence. When your I am presence is well developed, you are able to activate so much personal power, personal agency, and make better and better choices for yourself, more empowered choices. And track 8 is urinary and elimination system. So it's really good to detox and to let things go. And I think it's self-explanatory that when you're able to detox efficiently, you just feel so much more energized and it supports your overall health. So, all muscular system, you have so many muscles throughout your body that give your frame a way of standing strong. So, when all your muscles are realigned to this new energy of you are just going to feel so much stronger and have a better sense of self. And then healing track 10, all the everything having to do with your integumentary system. So that's hair, nails, and skin. And it just brings out um, a very healthy, glowing energy when you heal that system. And then 11 and 12, um, healing the reproductive system of both men and women. So you really feel you can embody who you really are when all the social programs about what it takes to be a man, what it takes to be a woman, when all those are released, when you're in alignment with the divine blueprint of you, it's like all the lies about who you have to be as a man or woman, all those just go away. So it's really powerful. And I really love that about these healing tracks. And then package B, I love doing group calls, and you get to have 3 Zoom calls with me that starts in after Christmas. So December 8th, January 4th, January 11th. Yeah. And then, of course, I love
December,
to
would
see
that be
you all.
December 28th?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you
Mhm.
said the 8th, but no, okay. All right, good.
Yeah. So that's our package, and I look forward to playing with you guys in the group calls and on your one-on-one sessions.
Yes. Your one-on-one sessions in 30 minutes, you do all the work that you've done in these sessions, and that's a sufficient amount of time for you to get to the source. You really go right in to the source, Grace. It's amazing to watch how you have developed your skills and use your energy transfers to help people. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, well, that is your special offer. It is available on this webpage at acoustichealth.com. And we have a quick link. That quick link you can get to is bit.ly slash grace offer. Bit.ly slash grace offer will get you to her special offer. And if you purchase her special offer, we are also giving you an after party ticket. And we're going to start our after party right after we end this show. We are on Zoom, and that's your time to laugh and to ask and to share with us. So we look forward to seeing you in our after party. Well, Grace, thank you so much for this quantum conversation. It really is a quantum healing session that really has liberated us from the old paradigm. It has moved us even more deeply into our 5D expression. We feel empowered. And I just want to share that beautiful affirmation. I am a powerful, beautiful, infinite being.
Oh, yes.
Yes, beautiful. So, as we say goodbye, I want to give you a moment to close our sacred healing circle.
Okay, everyone. So everything that we release today will be released to the light and transformed by the light and will never come back to this reality. So, and now, and I'm going to ask our divine blueprint activation team to activate health, wholeness, and joy for all of you. And let this download fill your being in the days and weeks to come. Yeah. So, what would it take for all the healing energy you're able to receive and all the healing you're able to do? Because I think that like 70% of you listening are actually healers. So, what would it take for you all to exponentialize all your healing capabilities? Because I feel like that's what all the healers on the call are asking for, or come up with your own version of healing. Many of you are asking for, so what's my version of doing healing that can be done with such ease, right? And many of you are ready to step away from certain modalities and certain protocols and just be you and do the healing that you're called to do. And you can totally do that with total ease. So align your energies with that because we're still in the midst of the 12 portal, and it's easy for everyone to access this because it's opening up for you all. And because we're in the middle of this gateway, those of you who are healers, I think so many of you on the call, you've been asking for this. So let's align you with that so that you can be doing your version of healing that really expands this morphic field of energy for everybody else, for yourself, for your families, for the planet, for the new earth. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, everybody. Well, many blessings, everybody. So bless this session with love and light.
Wow, that is so beautiful and it is so precious. We thank you so much for this attunement, really. We're feeling those energies. We do feel aligned. And again, I'll say it, we feel inspired and empowered, truly liberated. Grace Home, thank you so much for this quantum conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we'll see you in 2020.
Yes.
Okay, everyone. Thank you too for being here. I hope you loved receiving these frequencies today, these energies. If it moves you and it resonates with your heart, please check out Grace's special offer. It is a beautiful package. Her offer is extremely popular, and people are using it every day to make their life better and return to this vibration of joy. And please join us on our after party. We're starting in 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.
Okay, I'm gonna go turn on the light. I'll be right back.